Every 1 in 6 people will experience a stroke in their lifetime, with a quarter of such cases resulting in death within a year. Some major causes for stroke include high blood pressure, high cholesterol and diabetes. However, researchers now believe that women who shrink are almost twice as likely to die from a stroke. Academics from the University of Gothenburg recruited female participants aged between 30 and 60, measuring their height over the course of a decade. The researchers noted that women tend to suffer more height loss than men, and recruited nearly 2,500 subjects from Sweden and Denmark born in the early 20th century, following their lives for 19 years. During the study, 625 women died, and the average woman lost 0.8 centimeters in height between measurements. The median height at the outset of the study was 163 centimeters, or 5 ft 4 in. Popular supplement could raise risk of atrial fibrillation, experts warned. Researchers noted, however, that the height loss among the women was highly variable, with some women not losing height, and one shrinking by 14 centimeters. For the Swedish cohort, the team found that women who lost more than 2 centimeters, 0.8 inches, in height were 74% more likely to die during the follow-up study. Results for the Danish cohort were similar, at 80%. They wrote, in this study of middle-aged Nordic women, major height loss was associated with an increased hazard of overall mortality of around 80%. Specifically, major height loss was associated with cardiovascular disease mortality, with more than a twofold risk for stroke mortality. Don't miss how to live longer, the anti-aging drink that can regulate cholesterol and blood pressure, tips Pfizer COVID vaccine, the side effect more common after second dose, CDC finding, insights Sue Perkins Health, the diagnosis that destroyed her life, and symptoms for you to spot, insight. The team also noted that while all-cause mortality increased for shrinking women, the biggest risk factor was for strokes, with results showing that women with major height loss were 2.3 more likely to die of a stroke. Strokes deprive brain cells of oxygen, and are one of the most common causes of death, and the leading cause of preventable disability. When someone experiences a stroke, quick medical care is critical, and can often avoid permanent brain damage. Although the brain makes up just 2% of the body's mass, it consumes up to 20% of the oxygen in the blood. Oxygen is carried to the brain through a system of arteries, which divide into smaller vessels which supply billions of neurons with oxygen. If the blood flow to the brain is interrupted, oxygen delivery stops, causing brain cells to die. According to the Stroke Association, there are 2 common types of stroke: hemorrhagic strokes. This type of stroke occurs when a perforated vessel allows blood to leak out. Ischemic stroke. This type of stroke occurs when a blood clot blocks a vessel, bringing blood flow to a halt. Oxygen deprivation slows brain function, and can have sudden noticeable effects, including slurred speech and muscle weakness on one side of the body. Eventually, oxygen-deprived cells in the brain start to die, leading to brain damage which may be severe or permanent. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention states that the vast majority, nearly 90%, of strokes can be prevented through a healthy diet coupled with regular physical activity. Equally, reducing consumption or smoking and alcohol can prevent the arteries from becoming clogged with fatty substances. Related articles: Peter K's connection to severe disease, what are the symptoms? Sue Perkins Health, The diagnosis that destroyed her life: Marburg virus symptoms. Infectious virus could spread far and wide,